I've been looking for a trainer for my dog. I have a terrier and he's pretty busy. And I researched pretty much everybody I found online, and Jose seems to work with what I want to accomplish with this dog. When I got here, Jose took the dog from me. I handed him over the leash and the dog listened to him almost immediately. The facility is very clean. There's a lot for the dogs to do. Meet Scout. What do we have, an 8-month-old puppy? And he's kind of full of himself, so hopefully he's going to rewind after this.
Scout, we're gonna change your life, buddy, I promise. Scout, this is ridiculous right now, man. So, besides peeing, what else are we working on?
He needs work on walking, and I have neglected that. He's also a biter. He has, it seems like in the evenings when I want him to be mellow, he wants to attack me.
We're gonna stop the nipping, stop the biting, and I'm actually gonna encourage it of him so I can break it. So what my goal will be, by the time I go home, I should be able to stick my hand in his mouth and he won't even chomp down on my hand. And one thing about our house is it's very calm. We're not blasting music, we're not doing anything. It's very calm. All of us are calm people. So I have a packet for you. I got a little bit I'm gonna go over with you. So this is an FAQ. I will have you read through that whenever you get home.
Okay.
So everything in this house, everything we've done, from the tile floors, the epoxy in the garage, to the multiple pens, to my training court, everything here is for your dog to succeed. We want their experience to be the best ever here. We're gonna run them, we're gonna walk them, we're gonna train them, we're gonna challenge them mentally, we're gonna do everything we possibly can to really get them into that groove. And at first, your dog's gonna be like he's acting now. But in the next few days, it's gonna start clicking for him. And in a week, he's like, man, he's gonna start getting with the program. He start figuring it out. So ownership, I'm gonna train to your needs, which is basic obedience. You know, that's what we're gonna do. Safety is my number one concern. Obviously, he's a little. I love the littles. I'm really not worried about him bullying all the dogs. Monterey Value, this is boot camp. I work every single day of my life along with my family. My poor wife, she is a teacher, but she does help me every weekend. She takes her days off with me. Anytime she's home, she helps me. She's always here with me. My son's here, my stepson's here to help me, and then my other employees are here. If anything happens, if he gets in a tussle outside, whatever it is, if he's got diarrhea, I'm gonna let you know. I won't hide anything from you. You'll be on the phone with me and I'll be like, hey, this is what's going on. Punctual, you reach out to me, I will get back to you. Sometimes, like that day I was doing a house call with you, obviously I ignore my phone, but once we're done with it, I'll get back to you, let you know how it's going with your puppy.
Perfect.
And then I try to take pictures whenever, the dogs aren't like pulling me down the road. I do feel like we have one of the best facilities in Colorado, but that's my personal opinion. But the fact that they live with us, what we have and what's going on in the backyard for them, we are trying to give them the best home experience, but also teach them their outdoor obedience and teach them the pack environment. And it's very important to me that I'm just not shoved in a kennel and they're left somewhere. It's very important that I hear them. If they're crying, if anything's happening, I can go fix the problem. And then what I guarantee are my commands, which is sit, stay down, come and heel. Understanding your commitment. So this is just, super important that you get some classes while we have your puppy. I'd like to see you a couple times while I have your puppy. And then when the dog's back home, I'd like to see at least 4 to 6 more times. And just know this doesn't just end when he goes home. This is a commitment that we've all made to our clients.
Now, does it screw him up if I come in the middle of his stay?
No, as long as you're working them. If you come and just sit in the back and play and be like, ah, and then leave, that screws them up.
Okay.
But if you come and you work them and they understand, hey, my mom is here, she still loves me, apparently I'm here to train.
Okay.
And it almost like it clicks in their head. The reason why I have you come to class is so I could teach you how to train your puppy. So when you're working your dog, you can work with them because I'm showing you at class. All right here, Jose Jr., who is my son, is actually working with Scout. It's day 1. This is probably one of the most challenging days because Scout really doesn't know. He came in the night before. He's a little lost. He's really confused. But Jose's, we got to get him to sit down, and he just tried to nip my son right there. Which is pretty common. Dogs don't know, what they're doing. So right now he's working him. Jose finally got him settled down, and now he's going to start working with him pretty good. He hasn't really walked too well, but he's learning. The sit is really remarkable. Just the fact that he's even sitting down for Jose is huge. Coming on day 4, you can already see how much more settled he is. He's already been working with us for 4 days in a row. So he's starting to understand, like, hey, something's going on here. We're starting to learn. He's really starting to concentrate a little bit more and even sitting for me. So this is when I, finally starting to drop that leash and I could finally start working with him a little bit more so we could start teaching him his recall, and he's starting to understand what I'm asking of him. With Scout, he's He's a very strong-minded dog, but the thing is, he is a working dog, and you could really see him shining right here, and you can see that he's starting to really pick up his classes. I'm excited with him right now. By day 7, it's a week in, he is starting to figure it out. If you notice, look how he's heeling. There's total slack in the leash when I'm walking with him. He looks happy. He's starting to figure out life. I can see his confidence is growing right here, and he's just really, really settled in with the pack and the dogs. He's right where I want him by day 7. Right here, I'm still working on the down. Some of the things with the smaller dogs, they really don't like downing for you. It's like them finally giving submission to you. So sometimes it might take me 10 to 12 days even to teach them to down, but eventually they'll figure it out and they'll do it every time. Penny, I'm out here with Scout. I'm gonna do your go home video. Forward heel. Easy. All right now I'm working with Scout. It's his final day. I'm doing his go home video. He is right where I want him. Look at his tail up. He's a confident dog. Follow me in my heel. When I'm focusing on the heel, I really truly want him following my left heel, which is what he's doing. I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna ask him to sit for me right here. As he does that, I'm gonna walk around and make sure that we're gonna walk up and get him on his down and get him in a down stage just so Scout fully knows what I'm asking of him. Like I said, sometimes it takes him forever just to get all the way in, but for Scout, I mean, the guy that walked through the door is not the guy that's going home. His confidence, everything he's doing right here, everything, he's so happy. He's exactly what I'm doing. Right here, I'm gonna set him up for recall. What I guarantee is a 60 to 80 foot recall. I wanna tell him to stay and completely walk away from him, and he will do a recall for me, and that's when I know these dogs are ready to go. Total concentration with him. He's walking in, here he comes, tail up. And what I'm really looking for him is I want him to come in and sit for me. Just like that, just like he did. Perfect. All right, Scout, let's go ahead and sit. Good boy. All right, Penny, I just want to say thank you so much for doing all the research, finding me, making sure I know you really looked hard to find the perfect trainer that was for your fit. I got to tell you, Scout it was a really good choice to have him with me. He took a lot of patience. He has a lot of energy. He's a lot of go, but man, he really just needed a very direct training approach, and like I said, we have to be patient with him, but because he's little and he's super sweet, but he's a very strong little alpha. So it took a lot of work with him, but man, he's just so great. I can't tell you, I knew after having him like 2 days, he was gonna end up being wonderful just because he's got such a great, strong spirit, but man, he really needed it. Most importantly, let's just make sure you come back to these classes, keep on working him. What I guaranteed with Scout was sit, stay, down, come, and heel. Scout does everything. I did get him to down. He's started to do it this week. I can barely tap his foot, but sometimes he'll do it on his own. This is one of those times that once we just keep on working on it, it'll be perfected. He'll probably even start doing it by tomorrow on every time, but I knew that was the only thing that was lagging. But I'm just so proud of everything that he's done, that even with that down, I'm happy with him too, because that's that final absolute submission mode. And like literally, it's the coolest thing in the world to watch him just change into a wonderful puppy. So I just want to say thank you so much for choosing me, and don't forget to recommend me. Word of Mouth Dog Training.